So it seems. The world is just lying to us through our five senses. If you can't see it, well, it might be because you're riding them fences. The world and its systems, slyly saying in our ears how we should think and feel. If it feels good, do it. If you can, smoke it or shoot it. Or as one of the world's own said, toot it and boot it. Seems like true words have never been spoken, but they have. And the words are thus: but God changes a person from the inside out, not the outside in. Sometimes it's quick and instant, and other times God has to lay down the hammer fist just to get through your thick skull and skin. For example, how God totally changes a man's vision of a woman. How he used to call out to them saying things like, "Hey, baby." But now, instead of creepy catcalls, he opens doors and says, "How are you, my lady?" Because now he knows he's been changed from the inside out, not the outside in, by the renewing of his mind that fleshed out his sin that now he finds utterly disgusting. Or how a woman used to spend her weekends drunk and deep into that party scene, bumping, thumping, and grinding, if you know what I mean. But now, instead of her raising her hands up 'cause they playing her song that make the butterflies fly away, now she just praising with her hands up, giving God the glory for the life she threw away. God changes from the inside out, not the outside in. Or the young man who sits up 3 a.m. feeling all lost and lonely, and if only he asked himself if he could just have one more taste. He revels in the chase of short skirts and bare skin, but still he finds an emptiness within, so he picks up a good book, turns to what seems like an obscure passage in the place called Ephesians, and reads, "He who steals must steal no more." And he knows it's talking to him because he's been stealing hearts and glances since 1994, and I know. He totally used that verse out of context. But if we know that this book is God breath text, so then we understand that God spoke to him clearly, to which he cries out most dearly, "God, change me." God changes from the inside out, not the outside in, like the young woman who used to exacto blade her arms and wrists just so she could feel anything else other than the depression and anxiety that life would throw upon her heels. But now, instead of open wounds, she has scars and bruises, all as a testimony that God still uses, yes, those who are willing and able. And I know I'm not babbling to myself because this ain't the Tower of Babel. God help me be raw. God help me be real. Don't you know that there are those outside the four walls of our church that would give anything to feel what we feel? Love, joy, peace, grace, mercy. And you see, they're searching for it in Coke lines and dime bags, and slot machines and name brand stuff, and multiple sex partners and binge drinking. And let me tell you, you'll never find enough, never be satisfied, always so thirsty, never being filled until you find yourself with absolutely nothing, on your knees asking God for his will, because if you truly want change, he'll answer. But it all starts from the inside out, not the outside in. And only if you'd let God sink deep within your skin to reveal to you the ugly that he plainly calls sin. I'm not saying it won't hurt. And I'm not saying there won't be any tears. Rejection, loss of sleep, yeah, maybe even fears. But sometimes the Lord needs to work like that. Break you like bricks. Knead you like dough. Turn you to dust just so he could show you have nothing to look back on, but everything ahead. With the life now dead, and this life now alive in Christ.